Please remain standing as we welcome Melinda DeBerg to the stage to sing our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' bright glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, see, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Welcome, graduates, family, and friends, to our January 2026 commencement ceremony. I'm Josh Knotts, President and CEO of Joyce University, and I'm honored to be with you today. Today, we gather for one of the most meaningful traditions in higher education, commencement. The word itself reminds us that it's not just an ending, but a beginning. Now, granted, you have finished your studies, so let's stop and give a round of applause for that. But more importantly, it's the start of a new story. Your story, one that commences today. Graduates, you've earned this through hard work, dedication, and commitment, and you should be really proud of yourself. We're very, very proud of you. Now, a little fun fact about the university you just graduated from. So Joyce is the only university in the world that's named as a tribute to its students. In fact, if you look at the Joyce logo and you tip it on its side, it's a person, and that person is you. So why do we do that? Well, it's said that the average healthcare worker, nurses and OTAs, will serve anywhere between 10 to 30,000 clients and patients throughout their career. It's about the impact you're gonna make. And so, audience, as you're here clapping for the people that you love, that have worked so hard for this milestone in their life, remember that we're not only clapping for what they've accomplished, which we should absolutely celebrate, we're clapping for the people that they're going to help and care for. 30,000 people. You think about that. You think about the impact you're gonna make. And so we're celebrating that just as much as we're celebrating the end of this really, really important journey for you as a student. I'm joined here today by faculty, staff, and administration, all here just to celebrate you. And it's our heart's desire to create a meaningful memory for you today. And so please take it all in, cherish it, and enjoy the moment. So without further ado, it's my distinct honor to welcome our Provost and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Shelley Johnson.
Good afternoon and welcome to the January 2026 commencement ceremony. And a special congratulations to our graduates. As Dr. Knotts, Mr. Knotts, shared, I'm the proud Provost and Chief Academic Officer of Joyce University, and we are so happy to be celebrating with each of you today as you transition from your educational journey to the next step in your professional journey. Graduates, along with your sacrifices and hard work, others have made sacrifices on your behalf. Let's give a round of applause to all spouses, children, parents, and friends that support you. We would also like to recognize our active military and veterans. Thank you for your service. And finally, to our Joyce University faculty and staff, thanks for all that you do every day for our students. It is an honor to attend commencement, as it marks a significant milestone in your lives, and we know that as students you have worked hard, overcome challenges, and persevered to reach this moment. Your hard work and determination have brought you here, and we are honored to be a part of your journey. We're confident that you're stepping into your professional role, being prepared with knowledge, compassion, and values necessary to serve your communities and change lives as safe, competent healthcare professionals. As you listen to the speaker today, you will hear a theme emerge. It is a profound realization that you will impact people's lives in unimaginable ways. It's understanding that you have the incredible honor and privilege to be someone's caregiver in their time of need, and you'll become a part of their journeys. So as you embrace the challenges ahead, be committed to seeking new knowledge, advancing your degree, and above all, be brave and strive for excellence in everything that you do. Congratulations again. And now to introduce our OTA student speaker, please welcome to the podium our Director of OTA, Taylor Hoyt.
Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to announce our OTA student speaker, Lisa Voigt. She is graduating today with an associate's degree in occupational therapy assisting. Her background is as an educator with a bachelor's degree in education with a specialization of early childhood education. Lisa grew up in Oklahoma and moved to Utah 4 years ago and currently lives in Cottonwood Heights. In March of 2025, Lisa was part of the international clinical team that went to Guatemala, supporting healthcare and pop-up clinics, the Tim Tebow Foundation, and local humanitarian aid with HEMA. She completed her level 2 fieldwork during 2 rotations, one at Integrated Autism Therapy, engaged in therapy with neurodivergent learners, children, and young adults, and the second at Recovery Ways, supporting adults in the context of addiction and mental health recovery. Lisa is a court-appointed special advocate, volunteering with a family of foster kids to advocate for their best interests to the court. In her free time, she likes to read, volunteer, play games, travel, hike, and spend time in Moab.
So nice, they gave me a step. Knew I needed it. So as Dr. Hoyt said, I came to Joyce for a career change. Previously, I was an elementary school teacher, and I loved teaching. I cared deeply for my students, and it was really important for me that they learn, but it was most important for me that they felt accepted, seen, and encouraged. I couldn't ever quite put my finger on what more I was looking for when feeling restless to make a change. I now know I no longer want to educate on specific information to a whole group of people trying to meet the same goal. I'm excited to help people as an OTA meet their individualized goals that are personal to how they live their lives. I've always described teachers in general as having 2 approaches. One as either focusing on what you're not doing right, or one focusing on what you are doing correctly and building on that. And I know you can relate because we all just finished classes. So for me, building on what's going well for someone as a teacher was always a fun, creative part for me. And that's part of what I know I'll be able to continue doing in occupational therapy as a therapist. So sometimes you can be on one path and it's great, and then realize another path can make use of those same skills with adding additional learning in to create an opportunity to contribute in a new way. So a little bit about me. When I first meet people, I tell them that my family and I have moved a lot. Not always really giving a number. Totaling it up, it's around like 13 to 15 moves. That is a lot. So I grew up in Oklahoma, moved to Illinois, Texas, France, Texas, Switzerland, Texas, Utah. So I say this to give you kind of a background, because the first time I ever flew was when we were moving from Oklahoma to Chicago in my 20s. Then in my 30s, I got a passport because we were moving to Paris. Those things were really scary, things I would have never imagined doing. Standing in front of you to give this speech is really scary for me. But what a life getting these opportunities. I share this just to say, push yourself, whatever that looks like for you. Change can be good, different can be good, and the unknown can be good. So through the journey of these last 2 years, I've been so inspired by the others in my cohort. I've been truly amazed to be witness of these strong women. Some of them are single moms working overnight and then doing school during the day. Some completing this while juggling the needs of their families and their own health. And all of them are younger than me, really teaching me a lot about determination and sacrifice. We have worked hard, vented, celebrated, and laughed a lot together. Those will be the memories that bring back the actual feelings of this time for me. I want to say thank you to Dr. Hoyt for being the calm in the storm of all the changes with the program closing out. You are inspiring. You have an obvious love and heart for occupational therapy and allow space for all of the women in the room to be strong and smart. You lead well. I also want to mention Hafsa and Daniel and all the leadership on the Guatemala service trip. What a gift. I got to go and help support healthcare for communities that really have none. And observing the tears of joy of the women getting a vented stove so they no longer have to breathe in the soot when they cook and their families don't was really humbling. I honestly look at my stove and don't love it. So don't love to cook all the time. So it really was humbling. You know, that experience, getting to do that with the school, it expanded my perspective, and for me, that's priceless. Years ago, while I was attending the funeral of my husband's grandmother, I became very inspired. There were so many people that came that none of the family knew were going to be there and didn't know them and wasn't expecting them. They had stories of how she had quietly made an impact in their lives by mentoring, listening, showing up, helping with the need, big or small. And it really sparked the desire in me to strive to be there for those in my life, even if for a short time with all the moves or in small ways. Relationships are so worth it. Support from my relationships has been what has made making this career change possible. My number one relationship is with Christ. I know where my joy, peace, and hope come from. That is the top thing for me. I also have young adult children. I've been a mom for 26 years, and it has really been a sweet switch to see them cheering me on and being proud and saying, you can do it. And also saying, you're not old, what do you mean? Go do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's change it up. So that was much needed input when I was having second thoughts. And then there were also people in my life, like my sister and closest friends, reminding me, I do have a lot to contribute. And then my husband of just over 30 years, you know, he's my favorite person. He's encouraging me, recognizing I was ready for a change, and saying, what do you have to lose? Go for it. You know, we have many accomplishments together, and this is one of them. We all need cheerleaders, so that's why I bring that up. I hope you know who yours are. I'm sure they're in this room or, you know, cheering you on from afar. But I hope even more importantly, you know who you can be one for. We all need one. So I will end with saying, I have experienced the value of continuing to learn, staying open to knowledge that comes from varying experiences, people, places, and cultures, especially the ones that are not like me and not my own, have broadened my viewpoint of just how big the world is and equally how we all have so much in common. I guess I finally figured out I'm not really in it for the easy. I want to stay interested, engaged, and make meaningful contributions to those around me. I hope for all of us, nurses, OTAs, everyone on your path, that we fully enjoy this new chapter in life, the mundane and the exciting, and allow the hard to shape us for the better. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Tammy Rogers, the Dean of Nursing here at Joyce University, and I have the amazing honor tonight to introduce our nursing graduate speaker, Ari Deckert. And today we're here to celebrate an incredible milestone in her journey as she is graduating with her Associate of Science in Nursing. And she's already ahead of the game, having started her Bachelor of Nursing degree here at Joyce. Now, throughout nursing school, Ari has shown remarkable dedication, balancing rigorous academics with hands-on clinical experience, all while serving as a student nurse extern on the blood cancer unit at the Colorado Blood Cancer Institute. Her path has been defined by perseverance, leadership, and an unwavering commitment to patient-centered care. Ari graduates with honors and has already accepted a new graduate RN position on the very unit where she trained, an inspiring example of seamlessly stepping into her professional role. Ari is passionate about evidence-based practice, teamwork, and fostering a culture of compassion and excellence in healthcare. Please join me in giving a warm, enthusiastic welcome to our student speaker, Ari Deckert.
I'm a little short, so this is gonna have to come down. Good evening, faculty, family, friends, and my incredible fellow graduates. My name is Ari, and today I stand here not only as a nursing graduate, but as someone who has forever been changed by this journey. It is truly an honor to represent my class and share this moment with all of you. Like many of us, my nursing school journey was anything but linear or easy. It was filled with long nights, early mornings, clinical days that pushed us to our limits, and moments where quitting felt easier than continuing. There were times we questioned ourselves, times we felt overwhelmed, and times we wondered if we were strong enough to even make it to this day. Along the way, we learned how to think critically, how to advocate fiercely, and how to show up for the patients on what are often the most worst days of their lives, even when we ourselves felt exhausted, overwhelmed, or unsure. But most importantly, we learned how to lean on each other. As a class, we rallied around one another when anyone felt like they couldn't do it anymore. From late night study sessions and group calls, to making those ridiculous songs just to remember the material, to the final study meetups, celebrating successes, and lifting each other up in our lows, we built something special together. That sense of teamwork, determination, and compassion is something we will carry with us into our careers. It is what will make us stronger, more empathetic, and more effective nursing leaders. Balancing coursework, exams, clinicals, and real-world responsibilities taught me that nursing isn't just about what we know. It's about who we become under pressure. I've been inspired by many people along the way. My dad, my husband, my best friend Andrea, and our group of girls, as well as my instructors and my classmates. But most of all, I have been inspired by the patients who trusted us before we felt ready. Patients who reminded us that compassion matters just as much as competence. Patients who didn't care that we were students. They cared that we listened, that we tried, and that we showed up with empathy. I was also inspired by the nurses who modeled resilience, leadership, and teamwork. Those who reminded me that nursing is not just a profession, but that it's a calling. When I started this program, I doubted myself more than I believed in myself. I measured my worth by grades, performance, and perfection. Well, today I leave with something far more valuable: confidence, resilience, and trust in my own judgment. Nursing schools taught me that growth happens in discomfort, that mistakes are part of learning, and that asking for help is not a weakness, but a strength. I am more patient, more grounded, and more aware of the responsibility we carry as nurses, to advocate, to lead, and to care with integrity. To my fellow graduates, we did this. We earned every grade, every skills checkoff, every credential through perseverance, sacrifice, and heart. We are entering a profession that demands courage, compassion, and lifelong learning, and I have no doubt that this class is ready. As we move forward, let us remember why we started. Let us care deeply, lead boldly, and never forget the power that we have to make a difference. One patient, one family, and one moment at a time. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are now nurses, and the world needs us more than our mannequins ever did. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Jonathan Hill, and I have the privilege of serving as a faculty success coach here at Joyce University. At this special moment in our celebration, I'm honored to introduce a meaningful new tradition, one that reflects the very heart of who we are as a university. As a healthcare institution, our mission is clear: to prepare people to serve as competent professionals, to advance their careers, and to pursue lifelong learning. Guiding us in this mission are 5 core values: service, learning, integrity, caring, and excellence. These values are more than just words. They shape our culture, guide our decisions, and inspire the behaviors that define our community. We are one of few institutions who have extended these institutional values beyond our faculty and staff to also include our students, because we believe that every member of the Joyce University community, from first-year students to full professors, from financial aid advisors to the president, from simulation educational specialists to our newest graduates, should be held to the same high standards. These values are not just ideals. They are promises we live by every day. And so our 5 institutional values have also become our student institutional learning outcomes. In other words, service, learning, integrity, caring, and excellence are now one and the same for all of us. To celebrate this alignment and to honor those who exemplify these values, we are thrilled to introduce a brand new recognition: the Joyce University Value Awards. So tonight we will present these awards to 5 extraordinary graduates. These individuals have not only embraced our values, they have embodied them in every aspect of their academic journey and personal growth. As we present each award, I invite you to reflect on the kind of healthcare professional each recipient represents. One who uplifts their community through service, one who relentlessly pursues learning, one who inspires trust through integrity, one who raises the bar through caring, and one who leads with excellence. So let us begin this meaningful tradition by honoring the recipient of tonight's first value award, representing the core value of service. Tonight we honor a graduate who has consistently acted in the service of others, uplifting individuals and communities through selfless action, compassionate leadership, and a deep commitment to outreach. This individual has gone far beyond what was expected, embodying the true spirit of service in every step of their journey. One nominator noted, this student completed her capstone in Guatemala, where she delivered a presentation in Spanish on stress and mental health to a group of Guatemalan women. She dedicated a tremendous amount of time and effort to ensure that the presentation was meaningful and culturally responsive. She truly embodies the spirit of service. She never seeks recognition for the good that she does, yet she wholeheartedly deserves it. She's an exceptional student, daughter, friend, and human being who enriches the lives of everyone around her. Her character, compassion, and commitment to serving others makes her an outstanding candidate for the Service Award. And we can think of no one more deserving. Although she is unable to attend tonight's ceremony, it is with great pride that we present the Service Award to Monica Pham. Our next award celebrates a graduate who has fully embraced the lifelong pursuit of knowledge, not only in their own academic journey, but in their efforts to uplift and inspire those around them. This person shows exceptional dedication to learning, embracing challenges with curiosity and persistence. She actively engages in lessons, seeks deeper understanding, and applies knowledge in meaningful ways. One nominator noted, her success is not only evident in her academic achievements, but also in her ability to share what she has learned, fostering growth among her peers, and contributing to a culture of continuous improvement. We are proud to recognize Emily Forsdick as the recipient of the Learning Award. Integrity is more than a value. It's a very way, sorry. Integrity is more than a value. It's a way of being. Here's what our nominators had to say about this next recipient. Integrity is at the core of her character. She consistently upholds honesty and fairness in her academic and personal endeavors. Her reliability and ethical decision-making set a strong example for others, ensuring that trust and respect remain central to every interaction. This unwavering commitment to doing what is right makes her a role model within the learning community. Her actions truly reflect the values of integrity, dignity, and ethical leadership. We are honored to present the Integrity Award to Melissa Matthews. At the heart of this next award is a presence that brings comfort, connection, and compassion. This student consistently demonstrates genuine compassion, kindness, and unwavering support towards his fellow students. He actively advocates for the emotional and academic well-being of others by offering guidance, encouragement, and clear explanations. His inclusive and supportive nature creates a sense of belonging for everyone he interacts with. His willingness to help, paired with his empathetic approach, truly reflects the spirit of this award. With heartfelt appreciation, we present the Caring Award to Dawson Luna. Excellence is not a destination, it's a mindset. This award honors a graduate who has consistently raised the bar through dedication, precision, and a relentless drive for improvement. Here's what our nominators had to say. This student embodies the true meaning of excellence through her unwavering commitment to growth, perseverance, and lifting others along the way. From the first semester in A&P, she set a standard that went beyond meeting expectations, consistently showing up, embracing continuous improvement, and taking initiative, such as attending open lab from week 1 without wavering. Her dedication inspired those around her, including the nominator, and directly contributed to improved academic performance. But this student doesn't keep excellence to herself. She builds community through group chats, study sessions, and constant encouragement, reminding us that nursing school truly takes a village. Even during the most challenging moments, she motivated others to persevere, refocus, and keep moving forward. Her leadership, resilience, and refusal to accept mediocrity have made a lasting impact. And I can confidently say I would not be in my final semester without her example, encouragement, and commitment to excellence. We are delighted to recognize Mackenzie Borland as the recipient of the Excellence Award. As our award recipients embark on the next chapter of their professional journeys, they carry with them not only the knowledge and the skills they've gained, but a profound responsibility to serve with purpose, to learn with curiosity, to lead with integrity, to care with compassion, and to strive for excellence in all they do. May their example be a guiding light for all of us, reminding us of the values that unite and elevate our Joyce University community. Congratulations once again to each of our remarkable Value Award recipients.
It's my distinct honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Ethan Von Haney. Ethan is a registered nurse and serves as an international clinical specialist with Joyce University. Ethan is a proud alumnus of Joyce University. He has led a total of 12 student groups and clinical service-based programs across Honduras, Guatemala, Belize, and Alaska, with a focus on culturally responsive and ethical engagement. His work reflects a strong commitment to global health, education, and development of sustainable, community-centered initiatives. Please join me in welcoming Ethan Von Haney.
I recently returned from Guatemala earlier this week, so if I pass out from the anxiety, I'm going to blame it on traveler's illness. As I sat in my chair and looked up at this marvelous ceiling full of stars, if I could borrow words from a poet much more eloquent than myself, Dante, as above, so below. And for every star I saw up in that ceiling, I saw one in front of me in each of you. And it was amazing, though I know very few of you watching you come in, the amount of pride I felt in each of you getting to enjoy this day. So that deserves celebration for each of you. I thought long and hard about what advice I could give you today. And after careful reflection, I realized the advice that students often need most is this. The world needs more competent and compassionate nurses. What it does not need is more bumper stickers, tumblers, and hoodies announcing Nurse Life, or scrubs are my uniform, or the dreaded not all heroes wear capes, some wear scrubs. My advice today is be the kind of nurse who doesn't need a hoodie, mug, sticker, or decal to explain who you are and the quality of care you provide. Because the world needs good nurses, not another nurse mode on, messy bun saving lives, or trust me, I'm a nurse t-shirt. So starting today, you're done advertising being a nurse because you're gonna be too busy being one. So today we gather to celebrate a milestone earned through long nights, early mornings, clinical hours that stretched your limits, and moments that asked more of you than you ever thought you could give. Nursing graduates and occupational therapy assistant graduates, today is not only about what you have learned, it is about who you have become in the process. There is no doubt you have already given much to reach this moment, your time, your energy, and pieces of your personal lives. And it is important to say this honestly, but with pride. The act of giving does not end here. You are stepping in a profession that will sometimes ask you to work holidays, weekends, and moments others take for granted, so families can remain whole, comforted, and cared for during theirs. This is not simply sacrifice, it is service. It is the quiet decision to show up when it matters most. And while it is asked a great deal of you, it also places you in the rare position of making someone else's hardest days a little more bearable. That is not a small thing. In 2007, a remarkable discovery emerged from the earth in an archaeological site in Dmanisi, Georgia. Archaeologists discovered the fossilized jawbone of an early human dated to nearly 2 million years ago. What made this find extraordinary was not its great age, but its condition. Almost every tooth was gone, leaving only one behind. By every measure, this individual should not have survived. And yet, he did. The jaw belonged to a middle-aged member of the Homo erectus lineage of our earliest human relatives, who lived for years without the ability to chew his own food. His survival tells us something profound about who we have always been, even in the earliest parts of our history. What it tells us is simple and profound. Despite only having one tooth, someone had been feeding him. Somebody cared for him. Somebody helped him to eat and kept him alive long after he no longer could chew on his own. 2 million years ago, long before civilization, language, or medicine as we know it, someone was practicing kindness for its own sake. I think about that jawbone a lot these days. I picture a small group of our evolutionary cousins huddled around a fire, knowing little and understanding even less. Before currency, before standing armies, before law, before history, back in deep time, even before our species began, a person or a group was practicing compassion. It is something ancient, older than reason, technology. Kindness is at the root of our survival. If we could show our ancestors how far humans would come one day, everything would seem alien to them, except perhaps compassion. Though they lived in perpetual ignorance and were incorrect about almost everything, kindness was a constant. Their cousin, us, would build this incredible global project of civilization, but the through line through history has always been the same: the instinct to help, to feed, and to protect. And that right there is what it means to be a healthcare professional. It is the same kindness that I hope sustains us now. It is the kindness that raises our children and takes care of our elderly. It is the kindness that writes love letters, protects friendship, provides disaster relief and medical aid. It is the same kindness that once kept our ancestors alive, and I hope some version of it keeps us alive today, and it continues to keep us alive in our first helpless years. Human infants are some of the most helpless creatures in the entire animal kingdom. I don't know if anybody's seen a giraffe be born, but they're pretty competent from the get-go. We take years before we can even be left unsupervised. Our survival depends on long, patient kindness of others. And that is exactly the work nurses step into every day. The ancient, essential work of caring for people who yet can't walk alone. I look back now at my own experience in nursing school at this very same institution you are graduating from today. And I realized what sustained me most was not food from Zonk's Cafe, though I spent a fortune on Red Bulls, or my crippling addiction to other late night caffeines. It was the quiet kindness of friendships I made along the way. The classmates who studied beside me, checked in when things felt overwhelming, and reminded me that I didn't have to carry the weight of it all alone. Just as kindness kept our early ancestors alive, it anchors us today. So, in many ways, in 2 million years, not much has changed. Despite being the smartest species on the planet, we are fragile. And yet, throughout history, kindness shows up again and again, even when we could not stand. When we lived on liquid diets as babies, someone cared, someone stayed, somebody showed love through action. That is what nurses do. That is what occupational therapy assistants do. That is what professionals do. This is the mantle that is passed on to you today. And although we are now sailing into a future that we have never seen before, technology accelerating, healthcare changing, massive storms of conflict and uncertainty surrounding us from all sides, our ancestors lived on similar precipices, knife's edges of ignorance and death, uncertain of the future, and at the mercy of forces outside of themselves. They didn't understand much, just like we don't today, and yet, if there's one thing that carried them through 2 million years, one thing that sustained them alongside intelligence and technology and wisdom, it was good old-fashioned compassion. It was kindness. We will doubtlessly mess up in the future, maybe with 1 million times the efficiency that we've messed up in the past. We cannot and will never be correct about everything all the time. Unfortunately, ignorance is in humans' bones. But I like to think that kindness is in our DNA. Because at the end of the day, in hospital rooms, clinics, and disaster zones, and long-term care facilities, it is kindness, steady, ancient, stubborn kindness that changes lives. It makes us who we are, and it's what makes us care for others. Every single day, countless moments unfold that draw us in and out of one another's lives. We move through this world, crossing paths with friends, family, strangers, and sometimes those who challenge us most. I like to believe that these collisions aren't random, they are opportunities. At the end of every interaction is a chance to practice empathy, to see people not only for who they are at this moment, but for who they can become. Receiving care with compassion, empathy, and understanding is not reserved for the polite, the grateful, or the easy. It is grounded in the belief that every human being is worthy of care, dignity, and hope. If we only extend kindness to those who are kind, cooperative, or familiar, we miss the very foundation of our professions. The measure of a nurse or an OTA is founded in how we care for the most difficult, unpleasant, and vulnerable patients with the same commitment and advocacy we offer to those who choose to thank us. Because healing is not just about medications, procedures, or it is about presence. It is about choosing again and again to see humanity even when it is obscured by fear, pain, anger, despair, or illness. Healthcare calls us to and demands we root for everyone, to believe in recovery when others have given up, to hold empathy steady when it would be easier to withdraw. When we do that, when we lead with compassion, regardless of our circumstance, we align ourselves with the true purpose of care, to heal, to serve, and to honor shared humanity that binds us all. It is the mindset that was laid down over 2 million years ago by generations of those seeking to touch hearts, to break the shackles of disease, and to free this globe from illness. So tonight, graduates, may you step into your careers with skill, with courage, with curiosity, but most of all, with that ever-present and stubborn kindness, that kindness that has traveled with us through time, that's in our very DNA. The same kindness that fed a man 2 million years ago, the same kindness that keeps us alive as children, the same kindness that will keep humanity alive through whatever comes next. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Hello again. Tonight I am so excited and privileged to share a little bit about the history of pinning and OT. You can see the pins here if you were wondering what those were. The pinning ceremony is a time-honored tradition in healthcare, with its roots tracing back to Florence Nightingale in the 1860s. This tradition has since evolved to many healthcare professions, including of the role you will take in healthcare, and let this pin serve as a reminder of your commitment and oath. For you, our amazing occupational therapy assistant students, this ceremony is a moment to reflect on your accomplishments, honor the hard work that has brought you to this milestone, and make a commitment to uphold the profession's ethics, standards, and dedication to lifelong learning. As you celebrate today and leave the comfort of the classroom for the challenges of clinical practice, remember to live in gratitude, embrace change, and get ready to embark on a meaningful journey that will transform lives, including your own. And on behalf of Joyce University and the OTA program, congratulations.
Hello, my name is Dr. Ashley Otto, Assistant Dean of Nursing here at Joyce. Today you will receive your nursing pin as you walk across the stage. As such, I'd like to explain the significance of this token. The nursing pin has a long history, dating back to the 12th century Crusades. During this violent time, the Knights of Templar were designated as those that were devoted to caring for injured and ill. To signify that they were caregivers and not regular soldiers, these knights were given large Maltese crosses with equal-size arms to wear on the battlefields. The crosses were large enough for all to see to ensure everyone understood their role on the battlefield, and they could attend to the wounded without threat of harm. Florence Nightingale adopted this designation of caregiver when she started her Nightingale School of Nursing in London, England. To recognize her graduates as being officially trained as nurses, A special badge with a Maltese cross on it was awarded to them. This badge was later replaced by a pin, and by the year 1916, awarding pins to nursing graduates had become a tradition in both England and the United States. The nursing pin signified a nurse was officially trained, and many hospitals would not hire nurses unless they could show their school's nursing pin to prove they were qualified and competent. Joyce University is proud to carry on this nursing tradition and is excited to present you with your nursing pin tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Otto. After the completion of all conferred degrees, we will invite all nurses with us today to join us in the candlelight ceremony and join us in welcoming our nurses into the profession by reciting the nursing pledge. Families and guests, as we celebrate academic excellence this evening, on behalf of the faculty, it is my highest honor and privilege to present to you the Joyce University candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing. In addition to the pinning practice, which will be celebrated this evening, this special ceremony, a hooding ceremony, adds to the graduation experience by recognizing our advanced degree candidates and their accomplishments. This hooding ceremony allows all of us the chance to witness the ceremonial hooding of each Master of Science Nursing graduate. The colorful hood the graduates will receive today is reserved for those individuals who have attained academic degrees beyond bachelor's degrees. The hood is lined with the official color of Joyce University, and the hoods are edged and bound with velvet in an apricot color representing the nursing profession. Will Dr. Rogers, Dean of Nursing, please join me at the podium, and will the candidates for Master of Science in Nursing please rise?
Dr. Johnson, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Nursing.
Thank you, Dean Rogers. Then, upon the faculty's recommendation and authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees they will receive today. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned with all of the rights, honors, and privileges and obligations therein. Master of Science in Nursing graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your pin, your hood, and your diploma.
Tracy Van Osdale.
Naraya Hines.
Now it's time for the conferral of the undergraduate degrees. Thank you, Dean Rogers. Then, upon the faculty's recommendation and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees that they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned and all of the rights, privileges, and obligations therein. Bachelor of Science in Nursing graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your nursing pin and diploma when your row is directed.
Hannah Christine Abraham.
Mercedes Woodward.
Peyton Wynn.
Taylor Lear.
Kelsey Lynn Sparks.
Brittany Warzniak.
Hallie Schrader.
Melissa Matthews.
Casey Rollins.
Josh Gardner.
Alicia Kiprotich.
Briarly Avinia.
Tara Hinkle.
Kelsey Christensen.
Judith Korbenka.
Lauren Condick.
Erica Atkins.
Benjamin Clark.
Hannah Jo Orr.
Rachel Hope Russell.
Natalie Diaz.
Itzayana Valentinez.
Aranza Sanchez Hernandez.
Aaron Christensen.
Jordan Parker.
Brooke Sayin.
Diamond Schoolfield.
Hannah Garcia.
Evelyn Bella.
Kelsey Koch.
Alicia Murray.
Dawson Luna.
Ireland Margaret Stapley.
Alexis Holman.
Gabrielle Petrie.
Haley Huff.
Caleb Brown.
Maylee Taylor.
Abigail Johnson.
Cassandra Saunders.
Alyssa Farr.
Morgan Cottom.
Alexa Shauna Mulyes Batak.
Caroline Alfred.
Jaden Aspinall.
Alyssa Dalton.
Brinley Smith.
Brenna Blazer.
Brooke Blazer.
Rochelle Tucker.
Katya Chittister.
Kelly Van Franken.
Will the candidates for Associate of Science in Occupational Therapy Assistant please rise? Dr. Johnson? On behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Occupational Therapy Assistant.
Thank you, Dr. Hoyt. Then upon the faculty's recommendation and as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees that they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned and all of the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Associate of Science in Occupational Therapy Assistant graduates, please proceed to the stage to receive your OTA pin and diploma when your row is directed.
Emma Skinner.
Lexi Reeve.
Kaylee May.
Lisa Voigt.
Jessica Shelpman.
Kristen Ruiz.
Jennifer Gilman.
Stacy Corbridge.
Makeda Ray Anderson.
Allison Ella Gasparoni.
And now, will the candidates for Associate of Science in Nursing degrees please rise?
Dr. Johnson, on behalf of the faculty of Joyce University, it is my honor and privilege to present to you the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in Nursing.
Thank you, Dean Rogers. Then, upon the faculty's recommendation, as authorized by the Board of Trustees, I hereby attest that these graduates have completed the requirements for the degrees that they will receive today. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees in the state of Utah, I confer upon you the degree that you have earned, and with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations inherent therein. Associate of Science in Nursing grads, please proceed to the stage to receive your nursing pin and diploma when your row is directed.
Ari Deckert.
Andrea Ray Persiciti.
Faith Johnson.
Michaela Kunzler.
Caressa Freeman.
Bridget Clark.
Ulysses Arteaga.
McKay DeLargo.
Brenda Bernardino.
Andrea Kellogg.
Brittany Gordon.
Stephanie Berg.
Avery Hotelin.
David Gonzalez Villarruel.
Madison Gaynor.
Annie Kessel Elliott.
Haley Johnson Jones.
Haley Osborne.
Emmeline Bell.
Brooke Dallin.
William Allen.
Isaac Santaron.
Lauren Johansson.
Gracie Aposhin.
Giselle Balboa.
Edlene Martinez.
Amber Cruz.
Tennille Laprelle.
Abby Lauren Payne.
Abby Lou Fish.
Alexis Humphreys.
Tori Jepson.
You guys are so good.
Casey Hoover.
Amy Simon.
Lizzie Howe.
Morgan Walker.
Mackenzie Borland.
Cambria Chester.
Reese Hayes.
Kaylee Gamble.
Jenna Erickson.
Annette Jansen.
Brianne Green.
Ashley Meekum.
Ashley Cajavilca Castro.
Emmeline Nielsen.
Karen Hurtado Valencia.
Cecilia Theobald.
Laura Grow.
Megan Arrington.
Logan Zarek.
David Homer.
Andrew Gardner.
Jillian Frakes.
Katie McWhorter.
Jessica Edwards.
Brooke Cryer.
Kaylee Gemmel.
Kara Sievers.
Victoria Lazardo.
Erica James.
Nicole Salazar Torres.
Cody Hansen.
Michael Alonzo.
Rachel Mayer.
Jason Angel Riveros.
Dawn Garcia.
Aspen Gehring.
Bridget Carter.
Eviana Tausonga.
Brinley Nilsson.
Peyton Baum.
Elizabeth Bird.
Kate Panter.
Sydney Savage.
Courtney Edginton.
Sydney Carias.
Natalie Gonzalez Barragon.
Yvonne Lavery.
Alexia Nogales.
Anne Marie Stoner.
Haley Duke.
Samantha Taylor.
Soraya Syme.
Madison McKenna.
Amber Dendy.
Olivia Nelson.
Ariana Rosalia Ontiveros.
Jenny Narkamy.
Kenya Moore.
Cassandra Medellin.
Leslie Alemon.
Mackenzie Carlson.
Yukiko Amaike Aloha Apau Hanamaike.
Jessica Goodman.
Heather Coons.
Rebecca Aguilar.
Monique Clark.
Forrest DeHaan.
Cole Dehan.
Lorraine Lee.
Bryn Aline.
Cassie Howard.
Mimi Huin.
Austin Marie Piper.
Morgan Mallory.
Natalie Jensen.
Presley Jensen.
Kaylani Jensen.
Hayden Houts.
Melissa Jackson.
Ashlyn Johnson.
Kirsten Kiernan.
Julissa Allison.
Emily Forsdick.
Bradley McAllister.
Shema Koshnow.
Brooke Michelson.
Janae Lotes.
Trisha Fenn.
Malia Tellaroli.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. Let's have a round of applause for everyone. It is now my final honor to stand before the OTA students one last time and lead them in the Occupational Therapy Pledge. By doing so, graduates, you affirm your commitment to upholding the values of the occupational therapy profession. The OTA Pledge can be found on the back of your program and displayed on the screens. Will all OTAs who are able please stand and recite the OTA Pledge with me? And you have to be loud, okay? Promise? Okay. Ready? Reverently and earnestly do I pledge my wholehearted service in aiding those experiencing occupational limitations, that my work may be successful as a lifelong learner. I will strive for greater knowledge, skill, and understanding in the discharge of my duties in whatsoever role I embrace. Solemnly declare that I will hold and keep sacred whatever I may learn about the individuals I help. In embracing responsibilities, I will uphold a person's right to self-determination and participation in occupations. I will always endeavor to provide quality care. I pledge from this day forth to forever practice ethically, compassionately, and hope for patience, gentleness, and understanding in all therapeutic relationships.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Tammy Zibel, Associate Dean of Compliance and Graduate Programs. So the Nurses Pledge can be found on the back of your program and will also be displayed on the screen. Will all nurses, graduates, any nurses in the audience, and of course my peers on stage, please stand if you're able to recite the Nurses Pledge. Okay, so I solemnly pledge before God and in the presence of this assembly to practice faithfully my profession of nursing. I will do all in my power to make and maintain the highest standard of practice of my profession. I will hold in confidence all personal matters. I will devote myself to the welfare of my patients, my families, and my community. I will endeavor to fulfill my rights and privileges as a good citizen and take my share of responsibility in promoting the health and welfare of my community. I will constantly endeavor to increase my knowledge and skills in nursing and to use them wisely. I will zealously seek to nurse those who are ill, whomever they are, wherever they are in need. I will be active in assisting others in safeguarding and promoting this health and happiness of mankind. Welcome to the nursing profession.
Will all of today's graduates please stand one more time and let's give them one more round of applause. Graduates, you may now move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying completion of your studies and the transition from your academic experience to your professional career. Okay, so let's get your caps ready. Congratulations, December 2025 graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement ceremony. We respectfully ask the graduates and guests remain seated while the faculty exit the auditorium. Thank you and congratulations again.